welcome back. I'm so glad you're joining us. I hope you had an awesome week last week, and I'm so happy that you're here tuning in this week so we can continue to grow together in the Word. So this week I'm continuing on with learning to love well and going through Jesus's ministry. This week we're talking about the Samaritan woman, or other people know it as the woman at the well. And so that is John chapter 4, and it's a long one, but it's 1 through 39. And I'm not going to read all of that today, but I do encourage you to pause or after the video, dive in. It is a good one, and it has a lot of good stuff in there, but definitely read it. I love going through, have loved going through the gospel and through Jesus's ministry, just learning what it looked like for him to actually love us. And so this one was no different. But with that, Jesus being at the well with a Samaritan woman, from an onlooker's perspective, would be pretty odd. It is an unlikely pair, simply because Jesus was a Jew. So when she asks, "Why are you talking to me? You're a Jew," that was their perspective. Jews, Samaritans, they didn't hang out together. So him being at the well, speaking to her, let alone asking her to fill his cup for him, was very odd, and I'm sure she was very surprised, as well as if anybody, passerbyers, or when the disciples came, they were also a little surprised, like, why is this woman talking to him? I'm sure they're like, why is he bothering talking to a Samaritan woman? But to Jesus, there wasn't a difference in people. It wasn't for him to just hang out with Jews. One, because that wasn't his plan. And two, there wasn't people like him to be around. There wasn't another person like Jesus. He was one of a kind. So there wasn't other Jesuses for him to hang out with. In fact, some of the disciples that he was with every day were not, quote unquote, the best of people. He surrounded himself with them anyways. And I think that's just the point. That there wasn't a difference between the Samaritan woman and the beggars, the blinds, the cheats, the tax collectors. And it's not to say that what the Samaritan woman did was worse or any better. There just wasn't a difference to Jesus. He was to be with the people. And so that meant Samaritans, Jews, tax collectors, Muslims. That means you, that means me, that means red, white, and blue, whatever color, it doesn't matter. To Jesus, the background, the ethnicity, the religion, the town, Jesus was to be one with the people and to share truth. Jesus didn't see differences, so sharing the love of God and truth with people was something that he thought everyone was worthy of. Everyone is worthy of God's love and experiencing it and knowing the truth that lies within God's word. So the passage that I want to read is John 4, 34 through 35. And it says, "My food," said Jesus, "is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. Don't you have a saying, 'It's still 4 months until harvest'? I tell you, open your eyes and look at the fields. They are ripe for harvest." And I want to pick this specific verse because sometimes we think that there is a right person or a right group of people or a right time of the year or a right moment to share God's love and truth with people. And that's just not the case. What Jesus is saying here is that the fields, he's saying, look at the fields. So for you, look at the people. Look at the situations going on in our life and in the world today. Look at the fields. They are ripe, They are ripe for harvest. They are ripe right now. We don't wait till Christmas to talk about Jesus' birth. We don't wait until Easter to talk about his death and resurrection. We're called to talk about the truth and the love that lies within a relationship with God all of the time. If we waited only when it was a right exact moment, we would never talk about it. Because the truth is, God takes our life and he completely wrecks it. He will turn the tables and turn your life upside down, shake you, wash you clean to start a new chapter, a new path. And that's not easy. And learning the truth and within the relationship with God, putting to rest things in our past and our present to put on a new self in God is not an easy task. So that means talking about it with people, learning it for ourselves is not going to be easy, and there is never a right time. The right time is right now, and the fields will never be more ripe for harvest than they are right now. And tomorrow and the next day, they're going to be just as ripe, and people are going to need the word just as much as they do today. So my encouragement for you this week is to love people around you, because we go to the same well and drink the same water of life. So we need to go to that well, loving people in spite of their flaws, just like Jesus did for us, but with the understanding that the fields are ripe right now. And if we're able to do things with love, the communication and the execution of sharing God's love and truth is going to come easier to us sharing. And we're going to be able to walk step by step with the people in our lives to experience love and to get to know the truth of God together. So, like I said, I encourage you this week to come to the well where the people meet and love them in spite of their flaws, and to know that we got to get going. The time is today. The time is right now. Thank you for tuning in this week. I also wanted to say that if you watch this and you're able to attend church, this Sunday, the 19th, is going to be an amazing Sunday. It is the relaunch of Farmdale, and we are so excited to share with our current congregation, but we want to have to add seats to the sanctuary with how many people are coming to know Jesus and to dive into the Word together and experience Farmdale, but more importantly, experience the love of God. So if you're available this Sunday, I hope you join us in person, and if not, online, to experience the relaunch together. But also we have a Thanksgiving dinner. It's completely free. Bring your friends, bring your mom, bring your dad. It's just a great time of fellowship, and who doesn't love food and who doesn't love Thanksgiving? So I hope that you consider joining us this Sunday, the 19th. Thank you for tuning in. We're praying for you. We love you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.